Alright, this is a special video for me. This was filmed May 25th, 2010, the day 2 of the Yamaha Champions Riding School at Miller Motorsports Park, Utah, my second day ever on a track. This particular day we were on the west course. The day 1 was on the east course, but honestly I was so overwhelmed with all the new information coming at me that I didn't even bother trying to film day 1 because I was pretty much had too much to concentrate on the way it was. And even on day 2 I'm nowhere near fast or proficient at what they've been teaching me. But I'm not a kook anymore on day 2, or not as much as of a kook anyway. But it's a great school. Even though I'm not fast now, I know what I need to do to go faster, and the instructors were great. And it was expensive, but you get what you pay for. It was well worth it. So anyway, as I'm sure you'll notice, the only thing that happens in these videos is I get passed. I think I passed one guy during the entire course, and that's when we were doing drills simulating various gear failures, and he was riding the course with, I believe his simulated failure was no left hand grip, and I only had some problem with my seat, so I was able to pass him then. That was my one pass of the 2-day class. But anyway, more seriously, this course here is... I like this day 2 course better than the day 1 course, but that's probably because I was a better rider already by day 2. But anyway, I'll try to narrate you around this next full lap. Okay, just crossed the start-finish line, heading into turn 1, which is called the Sunset Bend. Turn 1's a pretty fast turn. The fast guys go much faster through here than I am. And then this sets you up for another fast turn, turn 2, which some guys don't even use brakes at all here, but I touch the brakes a little bit. Then you drift wide over here, and then you set up to the other side of the track for a pretty fast turn 3, which goes into the supposed to be fastest part of this track. You take this, drift out wide, and then in tight here, try to straighten this into one long straightaway as much as possible. This is where probably the fastest part of this track, except maybe the front straight might be faster. Anyway, then it's hard on the brakes down here into a hairpin down at turn 5. It's kind of a 2-piece turn. You make it into one, and then you come over here to turn 6. Exiting turn 6 is where I actually ran off the track about an hour before I made this film here. We were doing a drill called Lead, Don't Follow, where the instructor would make a bunch of mistakes trying to distract you, and he succeeded, and I followed him right off the edge of the track. He didn't go off, but I went off. Anyway, after that comes turn 7, which is a really hard turn to get right because it's 3 turns, but again it's more like 1 turn, maybe 2 turns, but it's hard to get that one to flow well. I did decent this time, not the best one I ever did. And then the next turn 8 is supposed to be really fast, but I never really had the courage to let her rip on turn 8. Turn 9 is the very late apex on this turn. The apex is way over here, and then you drift out, pour on some speed for the last hairpin going into the finish again. And I think, yeah, okay, this is not the lap. I do one more lap, I think, and then I'm gonna pull off and I do a little tour of the paddock. Anyway, this is back onto the home straight and accelerating hard. Okay, even though I'm a pretty hardcore Suzuki guy, I gotta say that this Yamaha R6S they put me on was a very easy to ride, very fun bike. Not quite as much poke as my Gixxer 750. Have to ring it pretty hard to get up into the power band. That's a little odd for me, but I got used to it after a while. And if you listen to the video, I don't do a hell of a lot of shifting. Like I said, I was trying to master the mechanics they were teaching me, and I didn't want to throw in shifting into the mix too. So basically I drone around in third gear, grabbing fourth just for the longer straights. And I guess while I'm plugging the school sponsors, I might as well mention the Alpine Star leathers, which I rented for the day, which actually for the 2 days, which served me very well. Never had to test them, thankfully, but comfortable. And I tell you what, it adds a lot of confidence riding with leathers on. Whether it's misplaced confidence, I don't know, but I mean, obviously on a track you have to wear them. Anyway, just a couple more turns left here, and then I poke out through the exit wall and do a quick tour of the paddock. The whole Miller Motorsports Park is pretty impressive. There's a supermoto track, there's a go-kart track, an indoor go-kart facility. I mean, it's very big. I mean, I've never been to a lot of racetracks to compare it to, but it seems like a top-notch professional facility, which I guess is no surprise that World Superbike was coming there in a couple days. So anyway, this is a little tour of the parking lot. You see the Larry Pegram factory Ducati truck parked in one area. You see the Arion Racing Honda truck parked, and I don't know, you just get a little bit better view of the whole place. Is surrounded by these mountains. It's a great place, real scenic. I should also mention that day one, when we arrived, it was 40 degrees and drizzling rain, but about 9:30 or so already, it had stopped raining, the sun had come out, and the track was almost completely dry, so really dodged a bullet there. Thought it was going to be miserable. Okay, there's the big red Ducati team hauler. And the significantly smaller Arion Racing hauler. So anyway, there you have it. Taking the R6S back to the barn, and for our final debrief and graduation. Even if I'm not fast, I look the part.